give me your first and last name, please.
Virginia Dyer.
Virginia Dyer. And can you spell that for me?
Virginia Dyer.
Awesome. And where are you from, ma'am?
I'm from Stratford, Connecticut, but I live in Shelton, Connecticut right now. I think we didn't know it was going to be as catastrophic as it was. We wound up, we decided on Monday to rent a car and tour the island of St. Maarten, and we were really glad we did. It was beautiful. We were able to do the whole island in about 2.5 hours. I think that's when we started to realize it was going to be worse than we thought. When we were on Front Street and we were going in and out of the stores, the owners of the stores were starting to tell us that it was going to be bad this time. They were still mostly open, but they were taking down all of their outside awnings and signs. They were really boarding up, doing the whole duct tape thing. That's when we started to get more so worried that it was going to be more than we thought it was going to be.
Talk to me about what you saw as soon as the storm was over.
As soon as it was over, or the eye of the storm, we had kind of had two parts to it. But as soon as it was over, we had to go back into our room. We had a younger gentleman kick in the door so we could get our luggage. That was the first thing that we wanted to try to salvage. But there were just cars piled on top of each other. It was just chaos. Car alarms were going off. The palm trees were snapped in half. It was devastating. It looked like a war zone.
Thank you. Talk to me, me and you were kind of having a conversation about walking out to the actual jet itself, out to the plane. Yeah. Talk to me about your experience walking out to the plane, kind of how you felt, the wind blowing. Just tell me a little bit about that.
We sort of knew we were spoken to by one of the Dutch military. When we finally got to the front of the line, they were starting to decide that it was going to be the last flight of the day because of the approaching Jose storm. So he pretty much did tell us that he thought we were fine because we were in the front of the line. At that point, we weren't really sure if we were going to get on. But then they moved us through the gate and they moved us up at least to the tarmac. And then they loaded one plane first and ours was way across the tarmac. So he finally had us, as part of our 3, head out over there. And he did warn us that things were going to blow off of us, so we had to had to hold on to our glasses. We didn't really have much on us. We only had what we could carry in our laps, so we had to leave our luggage at the resort. So we had to leave everything and carry just what we could in our laps, but we were quite grateful to get on that plane with a lot of the people from Simpson Bay, and again, Trinity Houston kept us all together, and they were just so wonderful. They were so wonderful to us, and it was all, we were so, with all the chaos that we had, we were so grateful to have the organization and the structure and just the safety of just knowing that they were there.
Wonderful. What were your thoughts when the doors opened and you're in San Juan, Puerto Rico?
Oh, that was just wonderful. I mean, of course we wanted to go home.
You can take a moment.
So, and San Juan is beautiful. We like it, but we'd like to go home. But there's so many military in this particular hotel. We've just been able to talk to so many, and everyone has just been wonderful. We're very grateful.
How soon were you able to contact your family to let them know that you were safe?
Well, we had, the storm was Wednesday. It was very difficult, but by Wednesday night, when we were in the gym area, Sarah was able to get a very slight signal on her phone and contact her husband. So just to say that we were at that point alive, not quite safe, but alive. And then there was an area around the casino on the resort that had a Wi-Fi, and we had intermittent, intermittent not cell service, but intermittent service that we were able to somewhat get text, very, very brief phone conversations. It just kept going in and out.
Tell me a little bit.
Well, currently we have a whole new appreciation for flushing toilets and water. Toothbrushes. I lost my toothbrush, and actually Sarah got my toothbrush out of the room. But we have a whole new appreciation, I think, for everything that we have.